So it's 6:30 in the morning, it's about 10 degrees, and we're about to do the Yorkshire Three Peaks. So we're actually hiking the Yorkshire Three Peaks as part of my birthday weekend getaway, and we must be crazy because our fitness levels are not what they once was, with me having a baby 9 months ago, but we'll see if we make it.
If you've never heard of the Yorkshire Three Peaks, it's one of the UK's most famous hiking challenges. It's a challenge that attracts thousands of walkers every year, whether they're raising money for charity, ticking it off their bucket list, or simply seeing if they can do it. The aim is to climb Ingleborough, Pen-y-ghent and Whernside, covering around 24 miles with roughly 5,200 feet, which is 1,585 metres of ascent, all within 12 hours. Today we're starting with Ingleborough before heading over to Pen-y-ghent and finishing on Whernside. Well, that's the plan anyway.
This section is definitely keep your head down and don't count how many steps you're doing up. I don't mind an incline, but hate steps. So this bit is extremely tough. Last time I did it, it was definitely easier. We also had the pug and the pug managed. This time around, it's tough. So I didn't film as much because I just had to get up. I had to get up and make sure I could breathe. I've attempted the Yorkshire Three Peaks once before and it went horribly wrong. We were so bad, and then we ended up a bit off the path, and then I ended up, my leg went into a bog. And this was before Boggate, when I did John O'Groats to Land's End. So I never learnt my lesson with that one. And then Mark has tried it a second time with some friends. They got up the second peak and his friends started throwing up and they had to call it a day. So this is my second attempt, this is Mark's third, and I really want to complete it for him. I want third time to be a charm for him. So there is a point in the trail where you can keep going, so you reach the actual peak of Ingleborough. It's so misty, we just thought we would keep going and enjoy actually going down. We're just a bit worried that we are a bit on the slow side, so we just want to keep up our time because experienced hikers can do this in 9 hours. We've predicted that we'll probably take about 12. I just spoke to some lads that are behind us that went to go do the actual peak, and they said that you couldn't see anything, it was just cloudy, misty and very windy, so I feel better. We are getting a bit of a move on now that we're coming down, but it is incredibly rocky. So I had a few near misses with the old ankle rolling, and if any of you have watched my videos before and remember me walking the West Highland Way, there was a moment just like this path where I got very frustrated, so I'm trying to keep my zen right now and not get too angry at the rocks. So we've nearly been at it for 2 hours now and we're only 3 miles in. But that is because that is a huge elevation, so it does feel like it proper slows you down. And the mist is starting to clear now, so you can actually see Ingleborough Peak properly. So I'm not going to lie, I was very worried about that first section. Admittedly, we both were struggling when we got to the top, and I thought, are we going to be able to do this? But now I've definitely got lots of energy going on. I've got a second wind, it's amazing. So we heard the lads in front of us saying that they're going to do it in 9 hours. We predict we're going to do it in 12, so we thought we'd try and keep up with them. It's not going to happen. We had to stop for Jaffa Cakes.
As we started making our way away from Ingleborough, the mist that had been hanging around the summit began to lift, and we were starting to see blue skies. A couple of hours earlier, we were stood up there wondering if we'd made a massive mistake. And now we were looking back thinking, okay, maybe we can actually do this. Ahead of us was Pen-y-ghent, our second peak of the day. At 694 metres, Pen-y-ghent is the smallest of the Yorkshire Three Peaks, but it definitely isn't that easy. It has a really distinctive shape, and the climb up is known for being steep and a bit of a challenge, especially when your legs are already starting to feel the miles. But for now, we weren't worrying about the next climb. We were just enjoying the fact that the clouds were finally starting to break, the views were opening up, and we were walking through some absolutely incredible Yorkshire scenery. And this is why I love hiking so much. You spend the first few miles convincing yourself you can't do this, and then suddenly you're looking around thinking, actually, I am doing it, and this is pretty amazing.
So it's just coming up to 10 o'clock. I've officially done 10,000 steps. It is now 13 degrees, it is warmed up, officially t-shirt weather. On schedule, the weather did say that it was going to start to get sunny at 10 o'clock, and it has, it's brightened up. I'm having such a lovely day. We've just hit a section where it's just countryside, like 360, so absolutely beautiful.
Especially smashed Ingleborough.
Ah, a gravelly path. I love a gravelly path.
Falls over.
Did do a little trip, but it wasn't an ankle roll like you do on the rocks. So we just made a quick pit stop in Horton in Riversdale. We were going to go to a cafe that was on the map, but it doesn't look like it's been open for a cafe for a long time. Now we're making our way to Pen-y-ghent. So all morning it hasn't been that windy at all. We get halfway up Pen-y-ghent and it was pretty insane, to be honest. The wind picked up, everybody's blowing everywhere. We're all having to suddenly go from t-shirts to getting all our layers on because it was cold, like I said, gale force winds. So all of a sudden me and Mark looked at each other and we just kind of felt like this isn't fun anymore. You know, you're trying to stay safe because there's drops, and then on top of that it was a challenge anyway because you were going up quite steep climbs, quite the scramble. So I guess we asked ourselves, are we wanting to do these kind of events as a challenge now, or do we just want a nice experience? And personally, for me, where I'm at in my life now, my priority, I just want to have nice experiences, nice days out. So we decided that we're actually going to just do the 2 peaks and not do the 3rd. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling. My hormones are kicking my ass. My knee is hurting a little bit. You know, at the end of the day, I'm nearly 40 and I've recently had a baby, so the bounce back hasn't been so quick because of the stress that we've had, the traumatic experience of, well, not having a normal, like, baby life as such. My baby had open heart surgery and that was a lot for me to go through. I'm probably still healing from it myself, and I talk more about this on my channel, and this is the first time I am away from my baby girl as well. So yeah, essentially you have to ask yourself, do you want the challenge or do you just want to have a nice day out? So we opted for a nice day out. We're off to the pub. So right now we're on the long walk. Jesus, sheep just scared the crap out of me. So my takeaway from all of this is I've learnt a lesson today for sure, and that is that I think I've done the challenge aspect for me. You know, walking John O'Groats to Land's End, I'm done with that. Maybe Mark still has that in him, that he does want to have some challenges and everything, and I respect that and I totally understand that, and I will continue to support that if he wants to do this again. 4th time's a charm, as they say. But for me personally, I think going forward I'm just happy for a nice day out, and we've had an incredible day out. And not just that, I'm really proud of myself, really proud of myself. We've done 2 peaks and we're doing really good time as well. Like, I do think that if we'd have done the 3rd peak, it probably would have come to the 12-hour mark. So pretty much what we set out to do. I think we were gonna do it, but we also have to be realistic.
And this was the moment when Mark got his second wind, when he knew we were off to the pub.
Way too confident. Come on.
Go boys and girls, come on.
Oh my god, the cow is huge. Safe from cows.
As we had made the decision to not do the 3rd peak and stop at the station inn in Ribblehead, it felt like the longest walk. Looking back at Pen-y-ghent, we were really starting to feel the miles now. And then when you think you're getting closer to a sit down, food and a drink, you end up walking on what feels like the eternal road until Ribblehead Viaduct is a sight for sore eyes.
I can see the pub. I am cream crackered. We've been going for 10 hours and 10 minutes. I do believe we are coming up to the sort of 28 kilometres mark, and I am so excited for some food and beverages.
After eating, we walk down what feels like another eternal road while walking adjacent to Whernside, seeing what we could have done. I'd never been so happy to see the car.